Yeah, Jürgen, nice to meet you again in person. Great to be here. CFO event in Zurich. How do you feel?
Well, Kai, I feel good. Actually, I'm surprised how many people have registered for this event. So it's a really senior finance event with lots of CFOs and vice president finance, whatever. So cool thing. So I'm really curious how many will show up. Well, yeah.
I mean, we already had the chance to record a little podcast. Now this update here in German. Last time I really appreciate even the time before the podcast. We spent kind of a pre-discussion that was really, really nice. So I guess everyone should know you. However, I also try to make a little introduction to you, and maybe you can add something. I guess that everyone should know you or should know IBCS, but maybe just a few introductory words. For me, Jürgen, in combination with Rolf, are probably the most charismatic, outstanding personalities in the ecosystem of IBCS. And that is basically is. I really like to have this interview now together with him. I guess that many organizations, companies, also like ours, wouldn't exist without you. So this is everything said, I guess. And also a lot of CFOs which attend this meeting probably would still have to look at boring, not interesting charts and tables conveying a good message, etc. if you won't be there. So anything you'd like to add here?
Oh, well, thank you for this kind introduction. Regrettably, it's not that good yet. So if I go out in practice, I still see a lot of not comprehensible reports. So there is still a lot of work to do for you, for us. But yeah, we started with it quite some time ago, and I think at least all of them are in the meanwhile aware that there is a kind of methodology how to improve that situation.
Okay, and I know that probably the situation, pitching that in a kind of elevator pitch situation in front of a CFO is quite familiar to you. So that's why I ask for your favorite version of introducing IBCS to a CFO. So what's your favorite version?
Well, my favorite version is the musician version. And the reason why is because I am a musician. So it's probably the most convincing story. And I tell them, hey, you know, it's great that you as a musician, you just take whatever sheet music and you immediately understand and can play it. And if two people create the same music and write it down in music notes, it looks exactly the same. So if you want to create Jingle Bells in F major and you do it and I do it, so the sheet music will exactly look the same. If you create a report on the revenues of last month and I create the same report on the same revenues of the same last month, our two reports will look completely different. And that's the problem. So, well, and this is what we are working on. So we try to find a kind of visual language like the music notation. I always say, hey, it's music notation for managers, what we are creating.
Okay, and if you like to install those music notations for the managers, what are the success factors from your experiences?
Well, actually, you need support from management. As with all standards, it's just not possible to introduce a standard bottom-up. It doesn't work. So you need support from the CFO, from CEO. This is why I'm so excited to be here at a CFO event. Those are exactly the people we need to convince. So that's probably the most important thing. Then, of course, you need a methodology, an idea how to do that. I think with IBCS there is such a methodology in place. That's great. And the third thing that you probably need is technology. It just doesn't work if you just have a pencil and paper. So you need some BI tools supporting that. And well, the good news is that more and more of those tools support it. Even if they are not certified, we see others adopting it here and there. And because it's just a good idea, it works perfectly. So those are the three things. Management support, you need a methodology, and you need technology.
Oh yeah, perfect. I also thought of those three things, like the people, and not only management, I guess, also the people from bottom up pushing that. I mean, in the best possible way, it's coming from both directions.
I agree.
But of course, top down is always the most appropriate thing. And if you think about Yeah, very famous brands, world brands, Coca-Cola, Lufthansa, Volvo, and many more. How proud are you yourself about making this possible, or that really organizations applying your ideas, your standards, more or less?
Of course we are proud, but you know, there is one situation, the one situation I have been proudest was around 7 years ago, when we, as a small organization, the IBCS Institute, we got a call from SAP. You know, you get called from SAP, and SAP is asking you, hey, what do we have to do in order to get certified? Okay. At that point, I thought, okay, probably we are on a good way.
Yeah, and last but not least, what's your personal takeout of such a session like this for you as a person, but also for the organization as IBCS?
Well, if we have such sessions like here, this gives us a new audience. So we always... This is what started with the pandemic. I told people I will speak in every microphone I get. Why shouldn't I?
Even in the style I like.
Why not? So if I'm invited to such an event, this is always an opportunity just to spread the idea and to spread it exactly to the right people. Because you have exactly the right people. So Mike Fritz did a fantastic job in getting this crowd together, and I'm pretty much looking forward, not only telling them about IBCS, but if you look at the entire program, with Bernie Smith talking about KPIs in the beginning and so on and so forth, I think it's really a good agenda for today, and I'm pretty much looking forward to it.
Perfect. And then your last famous words, or just basic words you like to end up this session, maybe explaining, let's say a very bad joke, but explaining, let's say, scaling with regards to our body sizes or something.
No,
I mean,
no,
correct scaling.
No. Probably not that one. So, what famous words? Well, actually,
it shouldn't be famous. Just any last words to end of this session.
Well, actually, I would just be happy if at 12:30, this is when the session ends, if at 12:30 we succeeded in just convincing new people about those good ideas about getting the right KPIs and how to visualize that. If we succeeded with that, I'm more than happy. So all good.
And thanks a lot for being the first one opening this interview session. Thanks a lot. It was really a great experience again talking to you together.
Thank you, and see you, well, all over the place.
Thanks a lot.